Alright guys, if you're thinking about buying an R53 Cooper S, just I'll run through the vehicle, things to check. You're probably not going to have access to a ramp, but you can, most of the stuff I'm going to show you, you can lay under the car and have a quick look. So first of all, make sure the back boxes aren't corroded too much or aren't leaking, because they're quite expensive unless you're wanting to replace it for a performance system anyway. Going a bit further on, I'm not going to go through everything, just go through the common stuff. Brake pipes, the metal brake pipes that come original on the car, very bad for rusting. They run from behind the fuel tank all the way to the front. They're not too expensive to do if you know what you're doing, but if you're a garage charging, they might charge you a couple of hours to replace these. These have already been done, not very well by the looks of it, but they've been done. Catalytic converter, these are very bad for blowing. Someone's taken this off and welded it up for some reason, but that shouldn't be done like that. They're quite expensive as well, so make sure the catalytic converter is not blowing. Then going further forward, on bottom arm bushes, this bush, so you got your wishbone here, the bush on the back of it. The best way to do it is put the handbrake on and give the wheel a shove forward to back. If you feel like you can see this bush moving a lot, then just bear that in mind. They are very expensive to replace if you don't do it yourself. Garage will generally charge you 4 to 5 hours labour to do that, so you've got to take the subframe down to get to these. As the two bolts here and here going from the top rather than underneath, so you've got to drop the subframe to change these bushes. Going on from there, obviously other than brakes, check the wheel bearings. Wheel bearings are very common. You can't visually check them unless they're really bad, but you can take the car for a drive if you hear quite a loud whirring sound. 9 times out of 10 it's one of your front wheel or rear wheel bearings. Now and again it could be a gearbox, but gearbox is a slightly more metallic grinding sound as opposed to a whine. Check the front shock absorbers. I've got no oil seepage around here. They're just a sign that the shockers are on the way out. Again, not too expensive to replace, but you'd be looking at the cost of the shock absorbers in about an hour's labour. Oil leaks. Obviously, have a look for oil leaks. This one has got quite a big oil leak, which I've diagnosed from the power steering pipes. Don't know if you can see them up there. That's what's causing that. Other than that, there's not a lot underneath to check. So the main things under the car to check: your bottom arm bushes, your brake pipes, obviously tyres and brakes, stuff like that, which is quite obvious. Oil leaks, and under the car there's not a lot more to see that goes wrong on these. So on top of the car, I've got another video link to another video on our channel to overheating. They're quite common for overheating, so have a look into that. Check that video out, see if it's any good to you. They're very common at overheating. If it's convertible, if it's an R52 Cooper S, obviously check the hood work. The door actuators are quite common, where you lock the door and it doesn't actually lock on one side, or you can't open it from one side unless you use a key. That's quite common. Be looking about an hour's labour aside for each door actuator.